you can have a great engine. You could really have a Ferrari with a Ferrari engine if you've been focusing on marketing and staying consistent, or you can have a Ferrari with no engine if you do no marketing. And so you have a beautiful car that goes nowhere.
Hi, I'm here today with Tamara, my good friend and also amazing entrepreneur, businesswoman here in San Diego, the design boss. I'm really excited to talk to you today. I admire you so much, not just as a business person, but as a marketing person. I see what you're doing and how you're trying different things and doing different things because I know that's so important for businesses. And I sometimes feel like that's something businesses struggle with. But before we get into our conversation, maybe just tell my audience a little bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, so my name is Tamara Romeo, and I own a commercial interior design firm called San Diego Office Design. I'm sort of uniquely qualified to talk about marketing as an interior designer because my life before interior design was actually marketing and advertising, and I was a branding specialist. So I have this, merging of two worlds. Yeah. And usually creative people are the ones that really lack a lot of the marketing skills for their businesses, and they struggle a lot. So that's what set me apart in my business quite a bit.
Yeah, that does make a lot of sense, and what I'm seeing you do. Maybe just kind of starting off, what do you see that businesses don't get about marketing, or what they're missing as an opportunity?
That's a big question. So I think a lot of people fail to think of marketing like, I see it as an engine in your car. So your business is your car, right? It can be either a Prius or it can be a Ferrari, depending on what you built and how long you've been in business. And you can have a great engine. You could really have a Ferrari with a Ferrari engine if you've been focusing on marketing and staying consistent. Or you can have a Ferrari with no engine if you do no marketing. And so you have a beautiful car that goes nowhere, right? That nobody finds.
I love that.
And so truly, the engine is what propels your business forward. And so I really focus on having both things in my business, the beautiful car and the amazing engine that gets a lot of care and fuel so that it keeps going forward. And so I really try a lot of different things. I'm very creative because that's just part of my personality. But I also like to try new different things to see how to capture people's attention. I talk with my friends sometimes about the Madonna effect. And that's really the thing where you keep reinventing yourself over and over again, right? So if you think about Madonna's career, she's been like the Madonna from the 80s with the hair and the, all the bracelets and married to Sean Penn, and she went to like cone boob Madonna with the short hair.
Very sexy.
Yes. And now she's like this very fit and fabulous remade version of herself again. And whether you love her or hate her, you got to really respect the fact that she keeps trying new things and reinventing herself.
Yeah, that's a great example. I love the Ferrari and the engine because you're right. I think a lot of businesses, I know when we talk to them, they get caught up in like, I have this great product or service, but if you, like everybody says, if nobody knows about it, it doesn't matter how great it is. So
absolutely, that happens in my line of business all the time, where someone's either a fantastic artisan or beautifully creative or super talented in whatever their skill set is, but they have no idea how to do the whole back end of the business, which for me, the whole back end really is a foundation built on marketing.
Yeah.
And so that's truly so important in any business, but especially in creative businesses.
Yeah, no, I love it. So tell me a little bit, I introduced you as the design boss. Tell me a little bit about that branding and where that came from.
Yeah, so the design boss is really an avatar, right? If you know anything about marketing or branding, you use that phrase a lot. But what happened was people were calling me the design boss sort of behind my back, like, here she comes, the design boss. And I'm like, oh, okay, if you're gonna use that, I'm gonna own it. And so I really started to build a brand based on that. And it took off. Now everybody calls me the design boss. I actually have a secondary business where I help other creative business owners using the design boss as my platform. Right. And it really encapsulates everything that I am. So it totally works for me.
Yeah. No, I love it. I think that persona or avatar works. And I see it, especially I know you focus on LinkedIn. Maybe tell us a little bit how you, as a professional running a business, like how do you leverage LinkedIn and what's kind of your strategy behind the content that you're producing?
Yeah, so because I'm selling mostly to business owners, CEOs, C-suite executives in my business, LinkedIn is a wonderful asset for me because that's a whole land of business owners, right? Mm-hmm. And so I made the decision after, well, let me back up for a second. When you're a business owner, you kind of try everything, right? You do Facebook, you do Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok, whatever the things are. And after a while, doing all the things becomes really, really draining. And you never know what's working, what's not working. And so the analytics behind your marketing just go flat because you're like, I have no idea what's happening. And to go back to the analogy of the car, you don't know what fuel is actually pushing your engine forward, right? So about 2.5, maybe 3 years ago, I made a commitment to really invest in LinkedIn. And I decided that I was really going to be there consistently every single day. Every business day, at least, and post original content and really interact with people. Like my job on LinkedIn is not just to push content out, but to make authentic connections where I'm supporting other business owners. And the key is always the know, like, and trust factor, right? And so truly in marketing, I'm doing social selling basically on LinkedIn, and the key is to let people get to know me in their own time and understand what I'm all about from sort of an observer's point of view. And LinkedIn is a perfect platform for that for me.
Yeah, no, I think it's great, and I think you've done a really good job. And we've even talked about kind of your formula and how you even place the copy, use bullets, spacing. Like these are just all things that you have to learn over time, but really testing it out, right? You didn't always know that that's the way it should work or how it does work. Yeah,
definitely. It's marketing is all about, you try something and then you watch and see what happens. How do people respond? And social selling is a wonderful tool because you get immediate feedback, right? You get likes, comments. And so it's really easy for me to tell, okay, how is engagement going on this video versus this written content versus short format or long format in my posting. And now I think I've got it. Although I do a real complementary sort of style of posting where I have several things, not only videos, but I have written content, a lot of photos, engagement. So I've really dialed it in for my particular business.
Yeah. No, I love it. Maybe just one last question, kind of some advice for businesses that are doing marketing or maybe haven't really integrated marketing, but they're doing some a little bit here. Like, what's your advice?
Yeah, well, don't do that. Because marketing, that's a lot like driving and pushing your foot down on the gas pedal and then letting up and coasting, and then pushing your foot on the gas pedal and letting up and coasting. So you get that, and your business will experience that in like huge dips and dives, and so will your money coming in the door. And nobody likes that. And so consistency is key in whatever you're doing in marketing. And I think that strategy plus consistency is a winning combination. And so then really paying attention to what you're doing, making the commitment, and staying true to your commitment to whatever your strategy is, and making sure that your voice is really well honed with whatever professional you're working with. I happen to be able to do my own, but if I didn't know a lot about branding and marketing, I certainly would be reaching out to a professional excuse me, for help.
No, that's really important. And consistency, I think that's something we try to teach our clients and ourselves. You know, like we're victims of that too. Like you get so involved in the day-to-day. But yeah, consistency in the marketing. And yeah, great. Well, thank you so much, Tamara. I really appreciate your time. All right, if you want to learn more about actually Tamara, the design boss, and San Diego office design, what's the best place for them to reach you?
Oh, so there's, you know, a myriad of ways to find me, which is the key. My website is sdofficedesign.com, or I have an About Me page, and you can find me on about.me/design boss.
All right, and if you want to revolutionize your marketing, you can reach us at 858-848-7325.